Top 10 daily habits that lead to stroke and brain aneurysm. You cannot prevent a stroke if you're still doing these 10 daily habits. They may seem harmless, but the truth is they are silently killing brain cells, gradually narrowing your blood vessels, and bringing you closer to a stroke, an event that can completely change your life in just a few minutes. This isn't a heart attack. It's not the flu either. It's a brain attack, a stroke that comes suddenly, without warning. It can take away your ability to speak, to walk, even your memory, your identity, and your ability to care for yourself. It can turn you from an independent, strong individual into someone fully dependent, literally overnight. And the most frightening part? Most stroke victims have no idea they're living with stroke risk every single day. No one warns them, no one reminds them, because these seemingly ordinary habits are actually a form of slow drip poison to your brain. So what exactly is silently destroying your precious brain day by day? Could you be unknowingly damaging your blood vessels through the things you do, eat, or think every morning and every night? In this video, we will uncover 10 extremely common yet dangerous habits that are quietly weakening your blood vessels, disrupting blood flow to the brain, and significantly increasing your risk of stroke, especially after the age of 50. If you truly want to live a longer, healthier life and avoid becoming a burden to your loved ones, make sure to watch until the end. According to cardiology experts, eliminating just 3 out of these 10 habits could reduce your risk of stroke by up to 80%. First, overusing pain relievers, especially NSAIDs. They're easy to buy and work quickly, but this convenience can hide risks, especially as we get older. It's not just about stomach upset. Using NSAIDs often, or in high doses, can quietly harm your heart and blood vessels, raising blood pressure, a major cause of stroke. Some NSAIDs also increase the risk of blood clots or other heart problems, particularly if you already have risk factors. Low-dose aspirin, 75 to 100 milligrams, is often doctor recommended to prevent blood clots, but this is a medical decision. Taking higher doses of aspirin on your own or combining it with other NSAIDs without medical advice can lead to trouble. What should you do? When you see your doctor, clearly state all medications you're taking, including over-the-counter ones. This is a crucial step for your doctor to get a full picture and give the best advice. Next, processed foods. Packaged snacks, frozen meals, deli meats, and canned goods are convenient and appealing. However, they're often unhealthy, especially increasing stroke risk. This is because these foods are typically high in unhealthy ingredients like salt, sodium, added sugars, saturated fats, trans fats, plus preservatives and additives. Eating too much salt makes your body retain water, increasing blood pressure, a top stroke risk factor. Unhealthy fats, especially trans fats, in commercially fried or baked goods, raise bad cholesterol. Bad cholesterol builds up as plaque, narrowing and hardening arteries, including those in the brain, leading to stroke risk from lack of blood flow. Eating too much added sugar isn't good either. It causes weight gain, obesity, and increases type 2 diabetes risk. Both are stroke risk factors. Plus, processed foods often lack essential vitamins, minerals, and fiber found in natural, whole foods, nutrients vital for heart and brain health. Regularly eating these foods can also cause chronic inflammation, also linked to heart disease and stroke. What should you do? Focus on whole natural foods like fresh fruits, vegetables, whole grains, beans, lean protein, fish, skinless poultry, and healthy fats like avocados, nuts, and olive oil. Preparing meals at home with fresh ingredients helps you control salt, sugar, and fat, and provides essential nutrients for a healthy cardiovascular system. Third, ignoring high blood pressure. This is a leading cause of stroke. When blood pressure is consistently high, it puts great stress on arteries throughout your body, including the small blood vessels supplying the brain. This prolonged stress damages arteries, making them harder and narrower, a condition called atherosclerosis. Plaque can form, blocking blood flow to the brain. If a plaque ruptures, a blood clot can form, completely blocking an artery and causing an ischemic stroke due to lack of blood. Prolonged high blood pressure also weakens blood vessel walls, making them prone to rupture, leading to a hemorrhagic stroke due to bleeding in the brain. Maintain a heart-healthy diet, low in salt, saturated fat, and trans fat. The DASH diet is often recommended by doctors. Regular exercise, maintaining a healthy weight, reducing stress, limiting alcohol, and not smoking are also very important. If your doctor prescribes blood pressure medication, take it as directed. Regular blood pressure checks are essential. This helps you and your doctor monitor your blood pressure and adjust treatment plans promptly. Fourth, neglecting diabetes management. People with diabetes have a 1.5 times higher risk of stroke than those without it. Therefore, strictly controlling blood sugar is crucial for protecting your brain. With diabetes, prolonged high blood sugar can severely damage blood vessels throughout your body, including those supplying the brain. High blood sugar makes blood vessel walls harder, thicker, and prone to plaque buildup, atherosclerosis. This narrows the vessels, significantly increasing the risk of blood clots or blockages in brain arteries, leading to ischemic stroke. Diabetes often comes with other stroke risk factors like high blood pressure and high cholesterol, making the situation more complex. Blood vessel damage from high blood sugar often happens silently, but the consequences can be irreversible. What should you do? Follow a healthy eating plan designed for people with diabetes, focusing on fiber-rich foods, low refined sugars, and unhealthy fats. Don't forget regular doctor visits to monitor and adjust your treatment plan. Actively managing diabetes significantly reduces your risk of serious complications like stroke and protects your brain health. Fifth, a sedentary lifestyle. When you don't get enough physical activity, many stroke risk factors can develop or worsen. You might gain weight or become obese, increasing the burden on your heart and blood vessels, which is linked to high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and diabetes, all major stroke risk factors. Your blood pressure can rise because physical activity helps control it. Your cholesterol levels might not be good. Exercise helps raise good cholesterol and lower bad cholesterol. Your risk of type 2 diabetes is also higher because activity helps your body use insulin effectively. Finally, your blood vessel health declines. Exercise keeps blood vessels flexible and healthy. Regular exercise can make your life happier and reduce stroke risk. Even small changes like taking the stairs, walking during your lunch break, or gardening make a difference. Find an activity you enjoy and make it a habit. Sixth, consuming too much sugar. When you eat too much sugar, many health problems directly related to stroke can occur. You might gain weight and become obese because sugar provides empty calories. Obesity is a stroke risk factor. Your risk of type 2 diabetes also increases. This disease damages blood vessels, including those in the brain, making you more prone to stroke. Eating a lot of sugar can also contribute to high blood pressure, another major risk factor. Finally, Eating too much sugar, especially fructose, can raise triglycerides and bad cholesterol while lowering good cholesterol, increasing the risk of atherosclerosis. The amount of sugar you eat daily, whether you realize it or not, could be increasing your stroke risk. Start by carefully reading nutrition labels on packaged foods to identify added sugar. Try to cut back on sugary drinks like soda, packaged fruit juices, and sweet tea. Limit candy, sugary breakfast cereals, and high-sugar desserts. When you want something sweet, opt for the natural sweetness of fruit. 7th, let's discuss consuming too much salt. Your body needs a small amount of sodium to function normally. However, eating too much salt is a silent enemy for your heart and brain health. When you eat a lot of salt, your body retains more water to dilute the excess sodium. This increases blood volume, making your heart work harder and raising pressure on artery walls, leading to high blood pressure. High blood pressure is a top stroke risk factor. Prolonged high blood pressure can damage and weaken brain blood vessels, making them prone to rupture, causing a hemorrhagic stroke, or blockage by blood clots, causing an ischemic stroke. A high-sodium diet also stresses your entire cardiovascular system. The American Heart Association recommends adults consume no more than 2,300 milligrams, or mg, of sodium per day, ideally less than 1,500 mg, especially if you have high blood pressure. What should you do? Prioritize fresh, whole foods, cook at home, and use herbs and natural spices for flavor instead of salt. Read food labels to control your sodium intake. 8th, don't forget to drink enough water. Water is crucial for overall health, including your brain and circulatory system. When you don't drink enough and become dehydrated, your blood can thicken, increasing the risk of blood clots, a leading cause of ischemic stroke. Dehydration also stresses your cardiovascular system and can affect blood pressure. Daily water needs vary, but health organizations offer general recommendations. For example, the National Academy of Medicine advises men to drink about 13 cups or 3 liters of total fluids daily, including water from food. What should you do? Carrying a water bottle and drinking regularly throughout the day is a simple way to support healthy blood flow and reduce a stroke risk factor. 9th, we need to talk about smoking. When you inhale cigarette smoke, thousands of harmful chemicals enter your bloodstream and travel throughout your body, including your brain. These chemicals increase stroke risk in many ways. Smoking damages blood vessels, making them harder, narrower, and prone to plaque buildup. This hinders blood flow to the brain, increasing ischemic stroke risk. Smoking also makes blood clot more easily, raising the risk of dangerous clots, blocking blood flow to the brain. Nicotine in cigarettes raises blood pressure, a major stroke risk factor. Smoke reduces oxygen delivery to the brain. Finally, smoking weakens blood vessel walls, increasing the risk of a brain bleed, causing a hemorrhagic stroke. According to the CDC, smoking increases stroke risk by 2 to 4 times. This risk is higher if you smoke heavily or have smoked for many years. What's the good news? Quitting smoking brings almost immediate health benefits. Your stroke risk starts to decrease once you quit and continues to fall over time. A few years after quitting, your risk can drop to nearly that of a non-smoker. Many resources are available to help you quit, including counseling, nicotine replacement therapy, and prescription medications. Don't hesitate to seek help. It's one of the best things you can do for your brain health. Finally, drinking too much alcohol. A small amount of alcohol might be okay, and some studies even suggest potential heart benefits for a few people. However, drinking too much alcohol significantly increases your stroke risk. Drinking heavily can raise blood pressure, leading to chronic high blood pressure if it's a regular habit. It can also cause atrial fibrillation, a type of irregular heartbeat that increases the risk of blood clots forming in the heart. These clots can travel to the brain and cause a stroke. Prolonged heavy drinking can also weaken the heart muscle, making it pump blood less efficiently, which increases stroke risk. Additionally, heavy drinking raises the risk of stroke from bleeding in the brain and affects your body's blood clotting ability. Lastly, alcohol can dangerously interact with some medications, including blood thinners used to prevent stroke. According to U.S. health guidelines, moderate drinking is no more than 1 drink per day for women and 2 drinks per day for men. One standard drink is about 12 ounces of beer, 5 ounces of wine, or 1.5 ounces of 80-proof spirits. If you drink more than this, cutting back or quitting alcohol is an important step to protect your brain and reduce stroke risk. If you have trouble controlling your drinking, seek advice and support from your doctor or professional organizations. But there's good news. Strokes are largely preventable. Watch our next videos to learn more.